Hi, this is Felice Sloan with Swanky Maven.
I'm David Leftwich, editor of Edible Houston and associate editor at Houston Food Finder.
I'm Eric Sandler, food editor for Culture Map.
2023. It's just been a crazy year, but I think restaurant-wise in Houston, it has been an exciting, wild ride. That's how we're going to kick it off.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that we can talk about when we kind of look back at the year in dining. Obviously, Street to Kitchen winning the James Beard Award for Best Chef Texas, the first chef in Houston to win that particular award, very exciting. But, you know, we also think about kind of the phenomenon. I mean, if there's a restaurant of the year, maybe not my personal favorite best new restaurant, but like, did any restaurant in Houston generate more conversation than Trill Burgers? With that
Trill
massive
Burgers.
line.
Correct.
And showing up at the sports stadiums and at all these events. I mean, like,
And then all the celebrities, we have to talk about all the celebrities, like any celebrity musicians that came through, if they were at festivals, they were having a Trill Burger, right?
I mean, I think one of the themes, besides lots of celebrities eating Trill Burgers, I mean, we have to say that I think pizza had a good year, sandwiches had a good year. No, it's interesting because those are both casual. I do think there was also, and they may not always made the best list, but I do think it was a big year for a lot of kind of high-end restaurants and mixed-use developments opening or kind of coming into, you know, there was a lot of that. It's interesting that those may not have turned out to be some of them may be on our best list. It'll be interesting to see, but I feel like there's been a lot of homegrown local restaurants that kind of evolved and came into being this year. Some well-known names returning to the Houston food scene.
Seafood, and it's probably going to be on a lot of our lists, but I love the seafood theme. I'm glad me and Eric, I know, have talked about this for years because has not been enough. And we're getting a lot of seafood right now, loving it. One of my top favorites, Little's Oyster Bar, has shown up. As I've said, she is that girl this year. She has been that girl for me this year.
yeah, I mean, this is a restaurant that you and I have actually been to together. You know, David talked about kind of local favorites returning. I mean, this is Pappas Restaurants, like arguably one of the most successful restaurant groups in the city, like really showing off, or as you might say, showing out, right?
Showing out.
all of the expertise from seafood sourcing for Papa Dough, all of their wine expertise from Pappas Steakhouse, all of the service that we associate with all of their restaurants, you know, the design expertise, it all came together in this little tiny, I mean, it's fewer than 100 seats, you know, this little restaurant on the corner of Shepherd and West Alabama. And it's just been like, from day one, it has been outstanding. And, you know, we talk about kind of luxury. This is luxury. This is an expensive restaurant. It delivers, right? From the caviar with the potato croquettes to the oyster preparations to the lobster gnocchi to that grouper.
Oh.
David, what's another one of your favorite new restaurants of the year?
Well, I think one of my favorites is June. People may know Evelyn Garcia from her time on Top Chef, but her and her business partner and chef partner, Henry Liu, have opened up this really, I think, a really amazing restaurant in the Heights. It really combines Evelyn Garcia's El Salvadoran and Mexican roots and background with Henry Liu's. He comes from a Chinese-American, Chinese restaurant family in New York. It brings together seamlessly these different cuisines. And in the food, it's just like this amazing fried chicken that's like with shrimp paste and ginger, and then, you know, these amazing carrots with this salsa matcha and Salvadorian cheese. I mean, everything there I've had has been really outstanding.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is absolutely one of the best new restaurants of the year. I think it will be in the mix for national recognition going forward. You know, you talked about the carrots with salsa matcha. All those vegetable dishes are so smart. I was there recently. They're doing persimmons that they lightly smoke and then kind of cure in a ceviche style leche de tigre. And I asked Evelyn about it, and she's like, well, we have a lot of vegetarians that come in, so they don't want the shrimp aguachile. So this kind of gives them that experience in a way that they couldn't otherwise have it. Every dish on the menu is just It's so smart and so thoughtful, and I love that place.
Another newcomer, staying with seafood, Clark's out of Austin. It's delivering. They're serving really nice seafood with like a twist of different things. I'm loving the steak tartare, the oysters, amazing oysters on the half shell, and it's just a very good vibe. It has a wonderful vibe. Not as pricey maybe as Little's, but once you get a couple of apps and drinks, it feels just as spendy once you get in there
Yeah,
and start going.
good luck getting out of there for less than $100
That's
a
what I'm
person.
saying, yeah. So it's just as spendy, you're just spending it a different way.
Yeah.
Another one for me, Balboa Surf Club. It is cool vibe. I love the vibe, the food. You're getting surf and turf. You can have a little sushi. I'm loving. It's one of my. I've told several people that have asked me about it. I'm like, definitely get the crab cakes. They're crab cake people. So I'm like, you have to compare it. It's just different. It's the same but different, right? I think they do like a little crunch on it. And I'm not a dessert person, but they have some pretty solid desserts and the sushi. But I love as like a nice vibe to it. So that's one of my favorites.
All right. Well, picking up on sushi and going back to familiar names one more time, let's talk about Katami. This is the new restaurant from the same people that own Kata Robata, and it's a real showcase for Chef Hori. I mean, it's all of the Japanese fish that they fly in. They've added a really great, like really extensive sake program, and then they're doing Wagyu beef in a way that I don't think any other restaurant, like not just different cuts, but also from different parts of Japan, different styles, different preparations. I mean, this is a very decadent splurge. And then they're doing caviar on salmon skin chips. That's just, it's been kind of a year for caviar. Caviar is kind of having its moment in Houston. That's maybe the most inventive caviar preparation in the city right now.
Again, talking about familiar names who are opening new restaurants. Mimo's on the east side, which is Mike Sampson, who people may know from 13 Celsius and some other places, and then along with Chef Fernando Rios, who they actually both work together at Dulce Vita and some other well-known Italian restaurants. And this is kind of a neighborhood Italian restaurant. It really reminds me of places on the East Coast, but just really good handmade pastas, specials, pizzas, great, curated Italian-focused wine list. Just a really great neighborhood place that I think is doing some really good, outstanding food.
I want to shift into a slightly different direction. I want to talk about a restaurant that's new to town, Rumi's Kitchen. This is an upscale Persian restaurant in the Galleria area. I just think it's really elegant. I thought the room is beautiful. I had these delicious lamb ribs, really great flatbreads. They do this beef short rib with a pomegranate glaze. It's really unlike, we don't have a lot of sweet meat in this town, so it's a different kind of approach. And no disrespect to our existing like family-owned small little Persian restaurants. I love all of them, but this is a refined, a more fine dining approach that's feels like an occasion, and it had such a good atmosphere and such a welcoming service. I was very impressed by Rumi's.
One of my new favorites, I keep talking about it, would be the Murado Market. I think it is a great neighborhood spot. Breakfast, lunch, brunch. It's just, you can get in there. It's a little market included. You can get wine, things from, local vendors, but the sandwiches, the salads, I just love it. They have a salad with like collard greens. That's one of my favorites. The blodgett salad. They're doing the oxtail burger. Just solid.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Brad.
Right?
Markets.
Yeah.
And that oxtail barbacoa breakfast taco. Well, one of my favorites is Comalitos, which is it's a collaboration between a acclaimed Mexican chef, pastry chef Louise Richards, and it's at the Houston Farmers Markets. It's a new restaurant from Underbelly Hospitality, but it's it's a kind of Mexico City style taqueria, and it has really amazing corn tortillas. They're doing really good house-made corn tortillas, a plethora of different types of tacos, and quesadillas, some other things. And of course, since he is a well-known pastry chef, you do not want to walk out without getting the churros. It's probably the best churros I've ever had.
It's clearly the dessert of the year. It's the best dessert of the year in any Houston restaurant, in any category, period. That churro is life-changing. Last one from me, I want to talk about Andiron. This is the live fire steakhouse in Montrose from the owners of Candente and the Pit Room. They're taking their ingredient sourcing very seriously, right? They're bringing in Wagyu beef from different places around the world. They're serving Texas beef.
Yes.
That, I keep talking about caviar. That buckwheat souffle with the caviar on it is one of my absolute favorite bites of the year. They just put a new chef in the kitchen, a guy named Michael O'Connor, who worked at Vic and Anthony's and Better Luck Tomorrow. He's a really veteran guy. The Wagyu burger that they're doing is my favorite new burger of 2023. It's just thick and fatty and gooey and delicious.
Well, everything that Eric said. I was saving one of my favorites for last, and all the things that you said, it is, when you think about a steakhouse, like what new could they do? Like, that's it for me. Like, that's the answer to how do you reinvent or make a steakhouse sexy and answer. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to end on casual, and I was going to talk about Lulu's Day and Night, which is by the guys behind Blood Brothers. It's up in Garden Oaks area in the Stomping Grounds, so really good sandwiches. Like that really good chicken sandwich, really good. They have a meatball sub. There's a muffalata riff that they do, but on focaccia that is really excellent. Just all the elements of a good muffalata, but on this really nice focaccia bread. And so, really kind of upping the sandwich game. And it's a place I've really enjoyed for good casual, lunch or dinner. So should we go into some places we're excited about for in 2024?
Ooh, yes. Something new and shiny.
I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. Felice, I know what you're going to say, so go ahead and kick us off.
Because you know me so well. I am super excited about Bar Blue Dorn.
Me too.
I think we all are. So I knew it. So I'm just kicking it off with the excitement that we all have at the table. We're super excited about Bar Blue Dorn. I think it'll be the third concept coming from Aaron and his team, and it's in the old Jonathan the Rub space. I'm excited because I want to see what they do. Like, what are they gonna really do there?
I'm excited, because Alexandra Pena, who's going to be the chef, she is the sous chef at Navy Blue, and she's worked herself up. She started at Blue Dorn just basically as a basic line cook, and has quickly worked her way up. And so I'm excited, and we didn't get to talk about Navy Blue because we talked about it last year at the end of the year. We were talking about seafood. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what she's going to be doing out there in Memorial, and it's exciting that they're giving her this opportunity to really kind of shine.
Can I throw one more in closing, because it's a new but not new? It's for Outside the Loop, the Pit Room's new location. They're going to be, the Pit Room Memorial City is opening in 2024, and I'm excited. I'm excited for them. It's a larger location. And congratulations to West Houston getting another barbecue place.
I'll throw out another one I'm excited about is Maximo Canteen, coming from Tony Lerman. And he's collaborating now with Benji Levitt and his team there. And it's going to be, again, a Mexican-focused restaurant in West U. He was already doing stuff, I'm really excited to see what he's going to do really focused on the Mexican food that he's really did really well in his truck in the El Topo truck and in the El Topo restaurant that was in this location before.
Let me do two, because there's two that other than what you've mentioned, both of which I agree with, both of which were on my list. The first one I want to talk about is Marigold Club. This is the new concept from Goodnight Hospitality, the people behind Rosie Cannonball and March. It's described as sort of a continental restaurant. They picked up Austin Waiter, who was the chef at Tony's for a while. They've sent him to Europe to study and train and get ready for this. So they haven't said a whole lot about what they're going to be doing, but whatever they do, I think is going to be really outstanding. And then the one other one that's like happening very quietly under the radar is Sean Gall's restaurant. Sean was the pastry chef for Goodnight Hospitality, but he's worked at some of the best restaurants in the country, places like L2O in Chicago and Cezanne in San Francisco. He's got a space in the Heights. He's not really talking about it yet, but whatever Sean does is going to be outstanding. I have every confidence that that's the case. So that's just very, very quietly my little post-Christmas present to all the listeners of the full menu is keep your eyes on Sean Gall.
Hi, this is Felice Sloan with Swanky Maven.
I'm David Leftwich, editor of Edible Houston and associate editor at Houston Food Finder.
I'm Eric Sandler, food editor for Culture Map, and you're listening to Houston Matters with Craig Cohen.